without informing me ahead of time. But on the note of this friendship thing, I feel like it's getting a little one-sided. What? You're always pulling me away from my work, and what do I even get? I need time to ruminate on my designs, darling. Oh, come on, you're not that good. Excusez-moi. All those sequins and rhinestones are gaudy. It's not like you have a real reputation. Oh, well, excuse me. I wouldn't expect a pony with a bowl cut to know anything about fashion. Hey! I mean, really, who does your hair? Is it your mom? Oh, no, don't tell me it's Spike. Well, not everyone can have their hair styled in a frou-frou sissy Mobius strip. Oh. I'll frou-frou Mobius your strip.
You wanna fight me? Huh? You wanna fight me?
I am gonna slap you to Mars so you can finally meet a guy.
Yeah, well, if you hit me, I'll bury you so far in the dirt that you finally get some creative grounding.
Okay. Mistakes were made.
Hello everybody, welcome once again to the Brony Show, episode 408. I am your host as always, here to bring you the Brony silliness of the community every single week. I am Circuit Main. Of course, I am not joined by myself. I have a wonderful cavalcade of panelists here to bring you all of the silliness of the Brony community, as well as feel kind of bad that we just left the pre-show head streamer on his own at multiple times, walking around a ship where he has no clue what's going on and no chats up so we can talk to people. Of course, I am talking about DM21.
You're looking at the wrong guy.
Textalion.
Stop killing me.
Toakoi. Yay, he's still absent. And Mizuki of the Otaku Ascended. Oh, he's also absent. Well, we're just losing people left and right, aren't we? No, I don't know about Tsukito. I had to run away for a quick moment. Unfortunately, it looks like Deathlight Productions will also not be joining us. There's some unfortunate weather in his area that is causing his power to fluctuate, and he can't stay on. And he doesn't want to exactly get on computers during this moment, which I can't blame him.
No one wants to go on the computer and just have it shut off all of a sudden.
Or worse.
With it.
Or just much, much worse. There could be much worse. Granted, it's not as
yeah,
often
but I
nowadays.
don't want to focus on that right now.
Yeah. I'm just talking more like just a power surge popping a circuit or something, but yeah. But yes, so we're here to bring you the silliness of the Brony community for another week, and we are finally in September. August has left, September has come. Maybe this month we'll finally see some reprieve. I'm already looking a little bit forward to it, as we had a couple of days of nice cool temperatures, and then it decided to go to a blazing 98 degrees for the weekend. I hate you, weatherman. But hopefully this week we'll see more moderate temperatures, so I could actually start wearing decent pairs of pants, a nice thick shirt, and start sipping on pumpkin spice anything, because I don't care what people think. I love pumpkin spice drinks. They're tasty. They're spicy and the pumpkiniest of pumpkins.
Okay, wake me when September ends.
Do. But, of course, we got plenty to talk about here, and what better way than to warm up our vocal cords and kind of get a little bit into our daily lives. So, I bring the question to you and all of you. May I ask, what's up, bronies?
Other than getting to Nexomon Extinction, nothing else much, but
Nexomon Extinction?
I did have a power outage somewhat last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it didn't last long, thankfully, but it just happened randomly last week.
Yeah.
Around the neighborhood, actually.
Alright, yeah, sorry if I'm sending a little distant. I just realized I forgot one major thing, and I'm trying really quickly to rectify that as we speak. Well, you know, as much as it's annoying to have multiple devices connected to one another in a way that has them communicate endlessly, it's definitely beneficial in some regards. Okay.
Oh yeah, a new phone arrived last week.
Ooh, nice. You get a pretty
Yeah,
good
just-
one, or just
It's definitely an upgrade from my last one. Pretty nice, and I just ported all my stuff. Well, most of the apps I used on my last one into the new one.
sweet. Okay. All right. Well, Suki, there you are.
Yep, sorry. I of course, perfect timing. I had to use the restroom right then.
No worries. Do you have any what's up, Brony, for us?
No.
Wow.
Are you fun at parties?
No, move on.
Okay, moving on. We'll go. Okay, yeah, I'm quickly trying to upload a picture here real fast. It'll just take a minute, so please bear with me. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about my efforts to make a Labor Day board. I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with Labor Day today. So for breakfast, here before Blink left the house over here, Casa de Brony. I decided, you know, we decided we'd have some fun, make some French toast. And I decided to try a different recipe that instead of calling for eggs, it called for egg whites. And I didn't want to deal with separating the eggs and the egg whites, so I just bought a carton of egg white. A massive carton which has the equivalent of 20 eggs of egg white in it. And the recipe basically called for the equivalent of about 3 to 4 egg whites. So yeah, I had a giant carton of eggs sitting in my fridge for about a week and a half. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to make bacon and eggs. So I poured the rest of that egg white into a skillet. That thing was an inch deep with egg white.
That's pretty much an egg pancake.
It might as well have been an egg
No,
pancake.
He made a frittata.
I don't know what it might have been. It might as well have been a frittata. It might as well have been
No, tata patata.
Hakuna frittata. Yeah, it's a lot of egg, and it took me a while to get this cooked up. And all the meanwhile, I'm just like, this does not look right. I don't like this. Guys, I do not like egg whites. I don't. I like the egg in full and yellow color. Give me the yolk. Why are...
Yeah.
Give me the yolk.
Whole egg or nothing.
Give me the yolk, Maul,
You
John.
want by the yolk, you
Yeah.
die by the yolk.
But
Yeah, I'm basically right now. I'm still eating regular. I'm eating regular eggs. If I get to the point that I actually lose enough weight that I want to put muscle on, then I got to switch to egg whites. But that's about it.
I'll deal with that at another time. I gotta lose weight more than anything. Granted, yeah, bacon and eggs isn't exactly a great way to do it, but yeah, I did that for breakfast. But for dinner, I had something special planned. I actually I was able to procure a very cheap top round sirloin that was 1.5 pounds of pure meat. This thing had very little in the way of fat in it. It was basically pure red.
So it's funny, Circuit. That was my dinner tonight. 8 ounces of round steak.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this was probably more 16 ounces. Oh, I kind of regret it a little bit, but it was also the first time I decided to try doing a full-on pan sear. And so the thing is that the sear, it went well. I actually managed to pull it off pretty well. There was some splattering when I had to add in butter about halfway through the process. But
You were doing a butter based.
I was just following the instructions that didn't require me to go out and get red wine vinegar. There's a lot of different ways of doing it. It's amazing. But yeah, I just went with it because it sounded reasonable, and I was also scared to death of splattering oil all over myself, which this one didn't call for. Egg loaf! Oh, I love that. Egg loaf. It was basically egg loaf, yeah. So, yeah, now, the instructions called for a medium one to be about 8 minutes. I was paranoid that I wasn't doing it right, and I figured that if I cook it a little bit longer, I can make sure that I don't have a meat thermometer. I can make sure that it's at a good temperature. I cooked it for about 12 minutes. This thing was well done. This was not medium. It wasn't. It wasn't even close.
No,
Tough
it,
to chew
yeah.
down.
Okay, you said so. Was your steak about it? Was your steak about an inch thick?
Yeah.
Then yeah, the 8 minutes was right.
The 8 minutes was absolutely right, and I should have followed it. I
Yeah,
didn't.
Because you can cross into the next doneness pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Cooking is all trial and error.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But I'm not. You know, it basically boiled down to I actually got the flavor perfect. This was the most delicious steak I've had in a long time. But it was a bit rough. It was rough because it was overcooked though. So yeah, I had Flavor Town, but I did not have. Yeah.
That's why I kind of got to the point that I could kind of estimate it, but luckily I've also got a meat thermometer now myself, so I at least when I estimate it, I'm doing all right with it. So I've actually been getting good medium rares now.
All right, and now with that out of the way and the story stalled, I can now go on to the other thing, which is the story that some of you have been waiting for, the story of the 2 socks. Give me one quick second here. I'm about to talk about the story of the 2 socks if you want to join in. And let's go ahead and get started
Watch
here.
entry by the robot.
Okay, so the 2 socks story. Now, let's see. How do I sign out and log back before I finish
What?
Oh, vaguely? I haven't done that more than enough times. I really don't know how that works. I think it's a timeout thing. Okay, so let me show you a picture here. Yes, this blank white screen is the picture. This is a picture of our future, everybody. It's just going to evaporate into whiteness.
Well, the future is not written yet. We must write it today.
Actually, I'm more concerned about the fact that I'm trying to bring up a photo and my screen, and it actually went completely white here. I don't know what to
Well,
think.
it's better than going completely black.
Dude, completely anything is not good on a computer. Anyway.
Fair point.
Something EX has stopped working.
Okay, let's try this again. There we go. And here we have 2 socks.
Cole would love to see this.
I just told him a moment ago. I just jumped in the group chat there, the other chat that they're in, telling him I'm about to talk about the socks. So,
Ooh, derpy socks.
okay, derpy socks, yes, striped derpy socks. Now, these socks I actually picked up when the Brony fandom was basically starting in on its fire. These were from Hot Topic back in 2013, I believe. Now, I wore these socks a lot. They were a lot of fun. I didn't wear them too often, though, because, you don't want to wear these things out. You can't replace them, especially nowadays. You really can't replace it. Oh,
Unless you make them yourself.
unless you make them yourself, yeah. So, now, I had these socks for a while, and then what happened is sometime after going to BronyCon, it was like a few weeks later, one of them vanished. I just had one of them. What I didn't realize is, I didn't exactly associate the fact that I went to BronyCon and then one of them vanished. They just kind of vanished, and I figured they must have got lost in the laundry. So, they probably turn up at one point, one way or another. So I just kept going about, and I just had the one sock sitting there in my sock drawer. And 6 months later, when I disassociated the fact that BronyCon might have had something to do with it, I realized I was not finding its pair. I had a single sock. So I decided, oh no, I guess, laundry vanishes. Yeah, maybe Tumnus, the laundry god. The underwear gnome, yeah, maybe the underwear gnome stole my socks. Who knows? Yeah. So I decided to go and try to get it replaced. However, at this point, Hot Topic does what it normally does, and it was already swapping out its merch, and the socks were nowhere to be found. I could not get another pair. So, I could probably go on eBay, but you never know when that'll come up. And I was, I didn't exactly have a ton of money to buy socks and everything. So, yeah, frivolous socks, let's face it. They were frivolous. You need good socks if you're actually going to be working. And I was, You know, I was still doing a walk around work, so I didn't want to. Yeah. So I had one sock basically stored away until I could find some time to go on eBay searches and stuff and try to find a new pair to replace them, or at least just to have it for posterity's sakes, because I have a hard time getting rid of basically what I consider, you know, merchandise and stuff that you may not be able to find again. That's the reason I have a ton of limited edition consoles in my, well, not consoles, but games in my collection.
That
Stuff like
me
that.
of limited runs to. Never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, I got you. So, in any case, eventually years passed, and I just held on to the sock. And then one day I'm just like, you know what, I'm probably never going to be able to replace it at this point, especially since I took too long to start scouring eBay. I'm just going to hold on to this one sock. This will be that, you know, that one thing where I lost the other one. You know, maybe I'll find another one day. But I'm going to at least keep in my collection of, you know, of pony merch that you can't find anymore. The one sock. And then several years later, in fact, a few weeks ago, so Blinked is getting packed up. He's here in the house. He's getting ready to move back with his parents over in Lancaster. Well, actually, I think he's past Lancaster. One of his parents lives there, but in any case, he's going to Texas. Was going to Texas, so... So it's just, you know, he's getting things cleaned up. We're dealing with it. I'm watching YouTube, drinking beers, and trying really hard not to think about it, or else I start to bawl like a little girl. And then, you know, he comes up with this bag, and he's just like, hey, Sergey, I think I forgot about this stuff. You know, I found this over at our hotel room at BronyCon, and you know, I think it belongs to D. Do you think we should try to get it to him? And, you know, he had in the shirt, he had a traveling pony museum shirt. Apparently, it was one of only 2 that still survived, from what Inky of Traveling Pony Museum says. And along with a couple of random black socks was a Muffins Derpy sock in that bag. And I could only stare at it for about a minute as the gears slowly turned in my head, and I realized the BronyCon where we finally all got together for the first time. The BronyCon that we fed D-Pad a pound of saltwater taffy. The BronyCon that I got a 50-pound giant Twilight Sparkle that I've carried on my back around Maryland for a while because I got lost. That very con.
At least Twilight got to see the sights.
Yeah, at least Twilight got to see the sights. Apparently, I had these socks with me, and I don't know if I missed them or if Blink picked them up and stored them away before I could collect my clothing. But apparently, Blink thought this was D-Pad's sock and was holding on to it for 7 years. 7 god freaking years. And only now,
that was heartbreaking.
Only now, 2 weeks ago, did these pairs finally come back together. The only thing on my mind right now is I need to wash these, but I'm really afraid that sock gnomes are going to take them the moment they are finally together. But that is it. That is the story of the 2 socks. These 2 socks were apart for 7 years, though they were literally a room apart from each other. And we did not know it.
Well, they're muffins, and they're muffin socks, so
yeah,
she might have misplaced them herself.
Alright, and with that, that is the story of the muffin socks. So, I have to ask real fast, does anybody have any other quick What's Up Brony before we get on to the news?
I've been looking for those particular socks, cannot find them.
Oh, before you carry on, just quick, if anyone who has PSN, Fall Guys was extended for another week. For some reason, it's still for free for PSN users.
Yeah, I actually got it for free on my PSN, but I have no hard drive space on my PS4 anymore, so
Tell me about it.
I'm actually trying to get a 4 terabyte external hard drive to attach to it. There's really not enough space on that thing.
Yeah, all my money's spoken for this month.
Oh no, this is something I've been trying to do for like 3-4 months now. But in any case, okay, so yeah, that's the story of the socks. Now, the reason I also allowed the story of the socks to go as long as I did is with the news. There's not a whole lot of news this week. It's actually been really quiet. There is some news though.
Quiet.
Not too quiet. I think it's just, we're fine. We're getting into the big stuff where we got some big events going on. We're just going to call it big events and not go too deep into that.
I know, I just wanted to do the old cliche.
It's quiet. Too quiet. But we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about some of the stuff we do know about. Now, first off, of course, is our friends over at LooneyCon. LooneyCon, of course, is the celebration of all things, but basically it's a celebration of Western animation. Not just ponies, but Western animation, but let's face it, about 75% of the staff are bronies. So, the big thing is that they've recently announced that they not only have a new mascot, Olivia, but they've announced that their latest convention is going to be November 13th through the 15th. So we have another online convention, though this one is more dedicated to Western animation, so it's not going to be just brony stuff, but you can get into anything from Avatar: The Last Airbender, yes, it's Western animation, to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All of them. Whichever flavor of turtle you got, they're all there. So yes, this joins the different online conventions that are going on. Of course, we're talking about let's see. Oh, geez, and my brain just immediately sapped. So of course we have Ponyville Cider Fest, which is going to be a week before this. And I realized it would probably be a lot easier if I just actually go down the list of who's coming next. So we're just going to do that. Ponyfest Online. Ponyfest Online will be September 19th as already planned. Looks like they announced Big Jim is actually going to be showing up there, so that's pretty cool.
Big Jim himself.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Along with that, we also have, let's see, I think it's UK PonyCon. Okay, I thought it was let's see. Oh yeah, UK PonyCon, the 10th of 11th of October. Ponyville Cider Fest. Ponyville Cider Fest has actually cemented their latest dates. They are going to be going online from 6th to 8th. So it will not be on Halloween weekend, it'll be the weekend after Halloween. And also Burning Mare, which is just a music festival, but I heard that they're having some panels as well. But that will be 25th.
Burning Mare again?
The 25th and 26th. It's the online pony music festival.
Okay, I might make it to that one.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. It's that, worst case, just, put it on your computer and listen to the music as you go.
It would have been funnier if he said fuckers instead of the other word.
It would have been, but, what are you going to do? It's, artist interpretation and all that. And Toakoi is dead. The Toa is dead.
We can rebuild him. Stronger, faster.
Do we have to?
More appropriate.
Do we have to? Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the news.
Getting on that last part.
Gameloft, Growing Up is Hard to Do event has happened. I say has happened because it literally just happened over this week and finished up yesterday. Or this morning, if you will. This one was simple. It's basically a there's not a whole lot of screenshots here, but Is essentially the whole story of the Cutie Mark Crusaders becoming adults for a short time, making a mess of things, and it was actually told from the view of Fluttershy, trying to find them, and then taming the shrew, as it were. Of course, the reason that this one got a whole lot of note is if you look on Derpy Baru under Fluttershy, you're going to see her in an interesting little tank top, shorts, and a hat. And this was one of the 4 outfits that they actually gave to Fluttershy. Completely outside of the show, which, you know, I gotta give Gameloft a little bit of credit here that they're actually delving into, they're kind of creating different outfits and stuff outside of the show. Now that they're outside, well, other than Pony Life, there really isn't much to go on outside of the comic, outside of the book, outside of the movie, outside of the, wow, that's a lot of outside, isn't there? Anyway, yeah, here's one of the Fluttershy outfits there. And I thought for sure CMC would have come screaming in here.
Oh, he's getting ready for a pizza run.
Ah, fun.
Did you see the drawing that? Did you see the drawing of Fluttershy in that tank top that was done by Oofy Colorful?
I don't know if I have not. I might have actually.
Suggestive one.
By the way, if y'all are into the Gameloft stuff and really cute pony art based on the outfits, yeah, Oofy Colorful has been on top of it when it comes to drawing just characters from the Gameloft. I believe she was the first one to draw the Babysitter Trixie outfit. I think. Don't quote me on that, but definitely one of the first. Oh yeah, if you look at the first image of art next to that, yeah, that's Oofy.
Oh, colorful.
Oofy is so good. Holy heck.
Yeah, I've seen Leafy's artwork from here and there.
That's definitely, ooh, it is some nice artwork actually.
So freaking cute. Also, I am told that Oofy is also scary fast. Holy heck. Adorable art, scary fast, super talented. If y'all aren't following Oofy, y'all need to be following Oofy. That's Oofy Colorful.
The one thing I find funny about these outfits, though, just to throw another wrench in here, the first outfit usually gets arted up really quickly, and a lot of people fall in love with it and have fun with it, but the other ones just kind of go by the wayside. It's really, really weird.
Well, Circuit, you know what they say, be the change you want to see in society.
We don't even have change in our society anymore. They're asking us to not pay with cash. Yeah, the joke is there, and I stand by it. Yeah.
Oh, you know what they say, it's not about making sense, it's about making dollar.
Dollar bill, yo. But yeah, no, the outfits are all good, though. Fluttershy is always a lot of fun. And yeah, Gameloft is hit and miss. I admit, though, I'm not exactly 100% happy with how they did this most recent iteration. But then again, I didn't get anything outside of a couple of characters and couldn't even finish. I did get all the outfits, I just couldn't finish. So yeah, I'm just annoyed. But anyway, let's move on to the other bits of news here. What little we have. My Little Pony Cross Transformers Issue 2 has been released. So this actually happened last week. I've yet to pick up my copy, unfortunately. Things kind of got in the way.
I won't delve into too much of it, but the first story, worth the money. The second story could have done a bit better.
Well, at least the first story's worth it. But yeah, if you are curious about some of the story here, there is an extended preview for it in our show notes from iTunes. Of course, this does a couple of pages extra, so you get up to 5 pages. So maybe get about a fourth of the way through the story before you don't get any further. We'll not show it just to avoid spoilers for any of you who actually want to pick it up, or if you don't want to pick it up, I don't care. You can check it out yourself. But pick it up. It's awesome comics. You gotta love them. Gotta love the comics. So, Mighty Jax. of course it couldn't be played. Why not? Oh well. But yes, Mighty Jax showed off a new video showing off the basically the pony skeletons. So yeah, this is the this is the one where you got the ponies with like the portion cut out, and you can see their skeletal structure and also some of their internal organs. And for some reason, this exists. I mean, seriously, how in the world did they get this approved? But yeah, the video just shows them off a little bit. You see them spin around. You get a little look at their actual sides there. It's a nice little promotional video in case you were curious how they actually look and everything. I'm still planning on trying to find maybe one or two at a Target. I'm not going to hunt them down, as it were, but they're intriguing enough that I am going to pick up a few. I kind of would like to get the Rainbow Dash as a Wonderbolt, though. That just looks silly as hell. You got like a pair of the goggles over the the skull there. That's just silly. Alright. Next little bit. Project Mania has released a demo. So this is the one we saw where you had Daring Do, basically doing a bunch of different platforming, including the pogo jump from DuckTales.
Daring Tales, woo!
Yeah. Oh, it's a collection of games. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, the Mega Game Collection Project Mania. The first of the games is Daring Do, with basically from DuckTales NES. So yeah, it's going to be multiple different games all combined together. So this is really interesting to see what other games are going to be coming out with this. So yeah, if you want to check out a demo of this and try Daring Do on a pogo stick, you can go ahead and do so. I'm probably going to make sure I get that downloaded at some point later tonight because I'm paranoid and I really want to make sure I have that. And we're not gonna watch all of this too much, but in the Chinese fandom, yeah, I probably should have just gone with that. Chinese fandom, it looks like they've done some videos of cosplay dances. So you get to see a bunch of Chinese fans dressed up as Equestria girls dancing to the songs. I gotta admit though, the cosplays are really good. They actually look like the characters. Outside of the fact that they're not colored like the characters, but it'd be really weird to have somebody all like dyed in pink.
Missing Sunset.
Well, I mean, for Twilight Sparkle, somebody could have just spent the night in grape juice.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I don't know if that actually dyes your skin, but it'd be funny.
It definitely would be an interesting thing there. But no, yeah, the reason they're muted though is because they do play the actual Equestria Girl song, and yeah, YouTube is fun. YouTube is fun. YouTube is fun with this stuff, so yeah.
The sarcasm is real with this one.
Oh wow, they got a nice little background thing going on. Nice, yeah. Actually, I wonder if Sunset does ever show up in these. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Oh, one of them is literally Pinkie Pie. Just you have the cosplay of Pinkie Pie, just basically dancing in front of the screen for a minute and a half. That's actually hilarious. Not to knock on the dancing, I just think it's hilarious.
He's trying to go solo.
It's the solo career we all expected from Pinkie Pie. Alright, and with that, that is all of the news. As I said, it was relatively light, but that's good, because we can quickly jump over the other things. And let's go ahead and, Coldust, are you ready for the challenge of the week?
No. I am ready for the Protest Initiative challenge of the week.
Alright, well, the challenge of the week was big, fluffy pillows.
And the Protest Initiative challenge was relatively easy. Whatever you couldn't remember happened in September.
Alright, unfortunately, we didn't get any entries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was kind of sad too, but I think this is just one of those really bad
Be
weeks.
surprised with the long weekend.
Actually, I think that's the best entry at all.
Oh! You think it's a centerpiece?
Remember that happened in September. What happened in September was the protest, or was the challenge of the week. That happened, and nobody remembered. So therefore, y'all
mind-blowing meme.
Y'all did the best ever. This is the best protest initiative challenge ever to have occurred.
Okay,
God.
Coldust has broken his mind.
No, he's thinking fourth dimensionally. He's
Guys,
taking this to a
proud.
meta.
I'm so proud of you. You forgot to do the challenge, which means y'all did whatever you couldn't remember happened in September. You're amazing. I love you all. Thank you.
However, I did try my hand at doing the challenges either way. Mostly because I'll get to that in a moment. The first thing, I basically tried to do a pillow fort out of body pillows, but I was mostly trying to practice with kind of a freeform hand without doing like little sketch lines, just doing solid lines and using my arm to draw instead of my wrist, and also a bigger piece of paper. Of course,
eat the red ice cream and go into Wonderland. Eat the blue ice cream and you stay in reality.
Actually, this is a joke on a kind of ice cream that popped up for a while, but yeah, it's basically booze and blue pill flavored ice cream. And some of you might know what I mean by blue pill. And there's a reason why it's called the Pillow Fort of Love. There's a lot of insinuation here. That's all it is, but it never went further than that.
Oh.
Why? Also,
Why are you taking Advil?
Because booze gives me a headache sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But this was just one I posted as a joke because I was goofing around with it. Then I got a little more serious, and I kind of took the booze idea though, and we got the. Oh, gee. Okay, now I'm seeing how I drew that freaking canister. I really should have spent a little more time there. Oh, I feel ashamed. I'm gonna move that a bit here. So yeah,
oh, it's so cute. I like your expression.
Looks like you're enjoying yourself after your blue pill ice cream.
No, this is me with a really bad hangover, along with a few other ponies and creatures.
Not your mare's beer.
Yeah, not your mare's beer.
I would have had mine done, but today has just been hell in a handbasket with my grandmother.
Toa, you did what was important. The protest initiative challenge, and I appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
But yes, the whole idea is we drank ourselves so bad that we had no idea what in the hell happened. We're just waking up in a pile of pillows with beer bottles and cans all over. I actually, I feel terrible because I can't remember whose dog it was.
That's
Sand 4,
perfect.
aka Glass.
Yeah,
Circuit.
Class 4.
Circuit, you couldn't remember. That's the best. You did it.
Yeah, but I did the best I could because with Glass 4 we only have a Toakoi interpretation, which it doesn't exactly show a lot of details or anything, so I kind of just have the head jutting out a bit. Also, I've Coldust hat there. There's a wing of some random pony. If you can call it a wing, it looks really wrong, but we're just gonna blame the booze on that.
Oh God, everyone had an orgy.
It's not an orgy. We're just waking up in a pile of pillows and no idea what happened. Okay, so maybe there's a possibility it happened, but we don't know. We don't know what the hell happened.
Now, I like the fact that this implies that I got drunk, which is something that I've never done.
Well, you don't know. And that's the thing. You don't know. Maybe you did get drunk. You don't remember.
Or you just play too much, you don't know Jack.
Oh, there's that too.
Oof.
Yeah. Alright. But yeah, no, it's okay. I know that's yeah, sadly not a lot of people nobody entered, but I know this is probably one of those weird weeks where people were either busy or losing their minds.
Oh,
Yeah,
both.
I almost
I
forgot it
was
was
dealing with
Labor
both.
Day.
So, in regards to that, let's go ahead and issue out next week's challenge. My challenge for next week is memories. Because I got the sock back after 7 years. And also, I started finally. Went through some of my merch in my back here and just getting things organized, and oh, the memories that came flooding back. So memories.
Do I have to start singing the Maroon 5 song Memories?
No.
If you do, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Okay, the Protest Initiative challenge is killing Toa.
No. But
What is-
okay.
Tell him
Specifically,
basically
that
Skynet
song
at
is the
this
worst
point.
song
If he
ever.
goes
I
body, he'll
hate
be
that
uploaded to
song
the
so
internet.
much. I have had
Cole,
to
how
hear
many
that song
times was it
7
replayed?
times a day, every day, for the past 6 months.
Change
I
the damn
hate
channel,
it
Cole.
so much.
Honestly,
Beyonce.
Coldust, I might know which song you're talking about. I'm not sure, but I know how you feel because there's a couple of songs in my from my past that they would not stop playing, and it's just like it tries to tug at your heartstrings, but it doesn't do a good job of it, and it just drives you crazy because it's just like feel sad and happy and sad that it happened. No, just shut up.
Yep. Circuit. As a fellow former retail man, you know for a fact that it takes forever to even try to enjoy Christmas music once you get out of it.
Oh dear
yeah.
God.
Actually, it didn't take me that long because all they had in my retail was that horrible pop music that some no-name artist would try to play over and over instead of the actual good Christmas songs. So it wasn't that bad for me.
Hey, Circuit, if you've ever been to Sonic Drive-In, you know about that music they play outside, right?
No. For some reason,
I do.
our Sonic
Well,
Drive-ins.
back when I actually worked at Sonic years ago, they played some of the same music over and over again until I eventually got pissed and broke that speaker inside.
Yeah, I think somebody might have done that because there hasn't been any music playing in any of the
Did you get
Sonics I've gone
fired or
by.
reprimanded?
Oh, actually, it wasn't me that destroyed it. Somebody took a screwdriver and turned the volume off on it.
Somebody quote unquote. Somebody quote unquote.
And I
That
thanked them
person is
for
my
it.
hero.
All right.
I thanked them for it.
But in any case, Goldust, do you have a Protest Initiative challenge?
Mountains.
Mountains. Protest Initiative challenge of mountains with challenge of memories. Boy, that sounds like a match made in heaven, doesn't it? And also, real fast, some of you might be wondering, why in the world did I start practicing trying to draw with my whole arm instead of my wrist? Well, I decided that I wanted to get my art critiqued, and I found a Reddit called MLP Drawing School. So I threw Chicken Bone Disaster in there. And surprise, apparently, the challenge, the drawing school, is actually an entire YouTube channel called MLP Drawing School that I didn't know existed. They actually reviewed my art,
Yeah,
and
we'll look that up right now.
yeah, so yeah, I wanted to give them a shout out. Thank you so much, guys, for checking out my art, for the suggestions that you made. And yeah, I am going to have to work on my freestyling as well as the freestyling. On drawing with my arm as well as my proportions because my legs were apparently really jinked up a bit. But they like the concept at least, so that I'm glad that I at least got a good concept going there. So yeah, just wanted to get that shout out there as well as kind of a hey, I just got reviewed, so you can go ahead and listen to people critique everything I do. Not like I don't already have people doing that when I'm doing this.
I feel like if I was to throw a drawing at them, I would just end up feeling really, really, really bad afterwards. Just because,
dude, you don't need a drawing school.
Myself.
You don't need a drawing school. You are the drawing school. You are freaking awesome.
I'm not.
You are.
Thanks.
You don't give yourself enough credit, Cole.
Cole, you're awesome. Suck it up. Let's go ahead and move on.
Oh, alright.
Alright, so, as I mentioned, we are going to start talking about Pony Life, mostly because, well, the news is starting to lighten up.
I did watch.
It is starting to lighten up, but in order for us to actually get things maintained at a good pace, we're just going to keep it to an episode a show, even though some of them might be 5 minutes long or 11 minutes long. They're still relatively short. That still gives us time to just talk about it. In this case, we're going to talk about bad thing number 3, or when Rarity decides that she wants to become Gollum. Or is it Smeagol? I kind of forget who is who on
It's
that.
also the episode
It's
that
both.
we noticed that Gummy's eyes are not wide-eyed, and actually he's fully alert to everything.
Yeah, basically, it's the one where Gummy is no longer the Gummy we know and love. He's actually coherent. Which makes
He was kicking her ass.
actually he was. So
The
But yeah.
electoral alligator.
all right, so let's go ahead. We're going over this real fast. It's the premise is pretty simple. Rarity ends up running into
Fancy pants discount.
we're gonna call it Discount Fancy Pants. This is not the fancy pants we used to know. No, seriously, this is the fancy pants we all expected to get. So yeah, she runs into Discount Fancy Pants, who says, "You know what? You should go on a walk with me." And she goes, "Yay!" And then, unfortunately, he also brings into the mind, "Oh, you know the whole thing that bad things happen in 3." I think it happen. Yeah, it happens because she accidentally destroys a diamond. So yeah, he plants the idea of bad things happening in 3. So Verity goes to hide out in Pinky's shop in order to hopefully avoid the 3 thing, to either have the 3rd thing happen or avoid it altogether, while freaking out. Of course,
I love how.
sorry.
Continue.
No, okay. Of course, shenanigans happen. Rarity, unfortunately, gets the idea that she should make the bad thing actually happen by making Pinky lose her souffle recipe in order to have the 3rd thing happen so she doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
I lost respect for this new incarnation of Rarity, but then again, it's more for comedy than character, anyways.
All of this is pretty much for comedy, so I'm definitely considering them just offshoots.
Yeah.
Basically, like I said, kind of a fandom parody of the original characters instead of the actual characters themselves.
Yeah, this is what it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Also, I love the headband, the alternate dimensional headband it becomes. Like
Actually,
seeing the inner selves, and my favorite one is when Fluttershy meets herself.
Actually, the interdimensional headband. This one is kind of interesting if we delve a little bit into it. So, what stupid thing happens is a potion falls onto Rarity's headband, turning it from blue to red. Discounting the fact that how in the hell does a potion do that? It, for some reason, actually, when somebody wears it, it transports them into their deep psyche. Or at least that's the claim. Of course, this deep psyche reveals to them an ultimate truth, which they may find hard to accept. Pinky's in her case that sprinkles do not solve everything. Fluttershy is that she has that her greatest weapon isn't her soft-spokenness. And Rarity is also told that the whole 3 things is a joke, but she's trapped there forever, and she can't get out of it anyway, so she's kind of stuck. The funny thing about it is,
the other Rarity is like, no one wants to spend time with me, and I think, yeah, for good reason.
actually, I think that makes it funny. I don't think that they were going to their dimensional consciousness. I think they were literally going into another dimension with a creature that actually assumes their shape and then gives them a false truth.
I also thought that as well. I just tried to cover all bases here.
Fair enough.
May I remind you that they revealed an actual body shifting potion to impersonate people.
Well,
So
but we're
I
also
haven't gone to that episode yet.
we're dealing with a comedy series that also has no real grounding on anything, so you can take
that's
anything
why
at face value.
I find it more forgivable since it's more for comedy's sake than character's sake.
Yeah. Now, of course, what ends up happening is Verity decides she could go ahead and go on her date with Fancy Pants. She goes out on her date, and he ends up being the literal equivalent of a tool. I have no pictures of
It's
this.
this world's version of Blue Blood.
He is this world's version of Blue Blood, yes. And
what? Oh no! You have just made me think Blue Blood actually has a good character.
no, this is more an insult, really, because we didn't get the fancy pants we loved. We instead got basically a fancy blue blood.
But you know what I mean, though. They can't use the same character trait twice, otherwise they seem conceited.
Yeah, the blue blood in this world could be a little bit more less selfish, and more more of a better upbringing than his other counterpart in the series we watched before.
I don't know. I'm not holding my breath on any of this.
I'm not either, but it's a fun little idea to run with.
But in any case,
just have fun with.
So yeah, basically the highlights are we get to see Rarity literally lose her mind to the point that she's actually crawling around, sneaking around in places with kind of like a Gollumish thing going on, to thinking about sabotaging Pinkie Pie, and and also the weird omnipotent crazy being that they keep talking to over the headband. That's literally it. There was not else all that much fun. It was a serviceable episode. It's kind of fun watching the Smeagol moment, but otherwise and also Fluttershy kicking in the door, just saying it was jammed.
My other favorite moment was Gummy kicking her plot across the floor.
Okay, yeah, Gummy basically smacking the crap out of her was fun.
Yeah, he basically staged Pinkie Pie's audition.
Okay, let's just say the random violence as well as as well as Rarity basically becoming Gollum were the highlights. Those were the highlights.
Also, bang your head. Mental health will drive you mad.
Right. So, real quick, what were your guys' thoughts on the episode? If you want to throw it out there. Yay, nay, what the hell?
I would say it's pretty good, all things considered. I mean, it actually had a story and characters that you could actually see the plot line of, oh, so that's how this happened, rather than what the hell.
For me, it's decent. Yeah, it's definitely not as good as the episode afterwards, but it's decent. It gets the story across and its moral. And there's a fun little joke that Rarity almost confessed to the crime of sabotaging her friend's audition and just.
Well, technically, she did confess. Pinkie Pie just didn't hear it.
Neither did the rest of them, since they were in earshot.
Oh well, they don't pay attention unless they're on screen. We know this by now.
Also, I just now have Beastie Boys Sabotage playing in my head. Thank you.
No problem. All right. So, anybody else want to add in on this chat room? Let's see here. Let's see. Don't have a story. You can go ahead and post if you want on that, or save it till next week because obviously we already shot past that. Sorry. Wish I saw that earlier. Let's see. You hide a horrible, terrible power inside you. Oh, I already knew that. Discount fancy is upper middle class pants. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so, yeah, not much to add. Nobody else here wants to add to it. So, yeah, passable episode. Not great. Not terrible, but, you just kind of watch it for the lulz, and that's it.
Gummy made the episode for me.
The fact that Gummy's coherent scares me more than anything.
He's more alert than the initial series by far.
I like the headband universe idea. Just this weird universe with one creature that just gets lonely and imitates everybody that goes there.
I wonder if they'll touch upon it later on.
Nope. It's probably never going to happen.
Remember, this is a joke series, so...
It's a joke series, so I wouldn't be surprised if they never talk about it again. But who knows, maybe they'll catch me off guard.
I'm just hoping for... it was a thought that crossed my mind.
No, I got it.
I don't expect any canon from this. Just all one-shots.
Well, we did get one. We have one canon so far, and that's just the whole...
There actually was, like... God, there was actually one kind of story thread that they ran for, like... They actually ran for, like, what? Technically 10 or so episodes?
Oh, yeah, I think I know
are you talking about the Scouts one or the baking competition?
the Scouts one, because remember that one lasted that one they kept referring back to it for quite a few episodes.
Yeah, they did that.
Oh.
They did on that one, and they also do have excerpts from the whole baking thing. The baking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Think.
The baking competition.
So yeah, I guess
Actually,
they.
it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, since the next episode.
Yep.
Oh boy.